Trump derangement syndrome of the day. We're starting off with witchcraft.
Just FYI, the witches who practice the craft and are really disappointed that nothing works on the Orange Palpatine because he's protected by an egregore. I want to make sure that you know that even though he is protected by an egregore, which doesn't really work for him anymore if you ask me, but Ilonia Muskrat and the Couch Boy doesn't have egregores, and the Palpatine's egregore,
The Couch Boy,
will not protect these other two. You know what to do now.
Okay, so a common theme of today's episode is going to be some of these videos you kind of can't tell if it's somebody trolling or somebody being genuine. For the record though, I don't think this is a troll. I think this is just some person that believes in witchcraft. One of the many people in America not a big fan of Donald Trump, Rosie O'Donnell.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
Apparently has moved to Ireland.
And I'm here in Ireland, and it's beautiful and warm, not physically, it's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful.
So apparently Rosie O'Donnell moved. It looks like there are actually celebrities during the second term of Trump. A lot of them said in the first term they were going to move. It looks like some of them actually have this time.
Last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he thinks that trans athletes competing in girls' and women's sports was deeply unfair. Now,
no shit. I don't swear that much, but no shit. Of course. Why are you laughing through that?
You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate.
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men and female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that.
I think part of the problem that the trans community is facing, and it's the same problem that women face, is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works. Mm-hmm. So when you come in and you say, oh, you know, these are men, you know, competing against women, you're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything except be here. Have you seen female athletes? They know.
This is just Looney Tunes, man. Like, there obviously is an advantage.
What they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue. The same for me as when people say, oh, you know, I don't know how I feel about you. You do. God doesn't make mistakes. No. And the challenge is not to the trans people, it's to the people who are not trans. That's what God is looking to see, how you treat people.
Yeah.
That's what is happening.
So let people that are trans just compete in women's sports then. Is that where she's going with that? Because that's what it seems like. Is that what people are supposed to do? Oh, no big deal. Like Trump tells those stories in cycling, a trans person wins by 5 hours in a race, or weightlifting just destroys the record by hundreds of pounds. Is that empathy? Okay, so this one I saw, I think 2 or 3 days ago.
When you wake up, or
this clip is very funny though.
when you're on your weekend and you get the fork in the road message, or you get the subsequent 5 bullets. Hey, what the hell did you do, you lazy federal worker, this week?
You're just adding the context to that. You're almost making fun of yourself with that statement.
How frightening is it that someone on X, the owner of X, speaks to you directly to say, what did you do last week at work? And if
that's frightening.
If you don't answer, I am going to fire you. But even more egregious.
So what are you arguing for? You just want to be able to do whatever you want, get a taxpayer check, and not tell anyone what you did? That's what that sounds like.
Yes. The president comes out, the most powerful person in the land, and endorses that message. How do you think that makes federal workers feel?
Who cares? Boo! It's not about making people feel bad intentionally. It's just, well, first of all, he said it was like a pulse check. All right, can you respond to this email? But even if it wasn't, what did you do last week? That is like, if you're going to come up with a reasonable question to ask an employee, that would be probably number one. Hey, what did you do? That's frightening. That's so bad. Give me a break. Okay, we've got a couple Trump derangement syndrome tweets real quick. Look at this one. Breaking. According to CBS, 60% of Americans who make under 50K say their financial situation is bad. Welcome to Trump's America. That is so clown world. Some people that make under 50K say they have a bad financial situation. What does that have to do with Trump? First of all, he just got there, and then no matter who's president, some people are not going to be making 50K. Like, maybe eventually inflation will go up, the wages will go up for everybody, but is that shocking that some of those people say they're in a bad financial situation and linking that to Trump? What are you thinking? And then this one, I just thought this was funny. They're going to turn the White House into a Tesla commercial because, of course, they are. Obviously referencing this event, if you didn't see it, but Trump and Elon talked about Teslas in front of the White House. It is funny how literally anything Trump or Elon does seems to trigger a portion of the left. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the phenomenon of, is it a troll video or is it a real video? I think this video I'm about to show you is a troll, but the point is, it's getting harder to tell. The trolls are getting better.
I'm divorcing my husband because he booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and I still don't think he believes me, to be honest, but he might want to start, because I just filed my paperwork at the courthouse, and you can see right here, the date of separation is this year's Super Bowl. I'm not just doing this.
So I'm pretty sure this woman does these troll videos, but she sounds pretty genuine. I say all that to show the next video I think is real, but let me know what you think. Okay, here's that final video. I mean, it's not Trump derangement syndrome exactly because it's not about Trump, but I would expect this guy is probably a liberal voter.
Hello?
Hey, hi, how are you today?
I'm okay. How can I help you?
You know, I couldn't sleep at all last night.
Why?
Sneezing. I have this rash. Do you see how red my face is?
A little bit.
The problem is your house is painted green.
Yeah?
I'm allergic to grass. You know that because I've already told you when you moved in. Remember? Remember!
Vaguely.
I told you not to paint your house green. Please paint it a different color. I can't stand it. Every time, don't say hell. Every time I walk by your house, I sneeze. My skin is peeling.
Because
it's
of
red.
the paint?
From your color, yes. You can have it pink. You can have it purple, blue, green. No green.
So what do you think? Troll or not? I mean, I think it's real, but I could be wrong. I do not have 100% conviction in that call. But with that said, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.